Ghana has been in the headlines in recent months due to upcoming elections in December. However, we will be taking you away from this subject today. Ghanaian President Nana Akufo-Addo is poised to embark on a transformative project as Ghana breaks ground on a massive $12 billion petroleum hub. The goal of this massive project is to diversify Ghana's economy away from mining and agriculture and maintain its status as a regional energy powerhouse. So, in today's video, we will tell you how this project came about and how it will be beneficial to Ghanaians. But before we continue, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the New Tourist channel. Turn on notifications too so you are always alerted when we have new videos for you. A petroleum and petrochemicals hub is an area with a network of infrastructure for the processing of crude oil and raw natural gas into petroleum and petrochemical products for trading, storage, transportation, and distribution to third parties and for export. President Nana Akufo-Addo of Ghana has started building a 300,000 barrel per day oil refinery, which the government thinks will make the West African nation a petroleum powerhouse of the region. However, some critics claim the project is defective and lacks a bankable plan. The project promises to be a cornerstone of our nation's development, Akufo-Addo said at the project site in Jomoro, southwestern Ghana. The refinery, which would also incorporate petrochemical factories, is anticipated to strengthen Ghana's economy significantly. A group of companies led by Touchstone Capital Group Holdings, UIC Energy Ghana, China Wuhan Engineering Company, and China Construction Third Engineering Bureau Company would finance and build the $12 billion project. Phase 1 of the project is anticipated to be completed by 2036 to meet the region's demand for refined products and byproducts. Bear in mind that Ghana, the world's second biggest cocoa producer, became an oil producer in 2010. Output is currently around 132,000 barrels per day of crude oil and about 325 million standard cubic feet per day of natural gas. Bear in mind that West Africa consumes about 800,000 barrels per day, according to the African Refiners and Distributors Association, of which almost 90% is imported. According to President Nana Akufo, this project is expected to create roughly 780,000 direct and indirect jobs, stimulate local economic development, and elevate Ghana's standing as a key player in Africa's energy sector. The discovery of oil off the coast of Ghana sparked concerns about whether the country could avoid the resource curse, a situation in which the discovery of lucrative commodities fed corruption and violence, rather than providing funds for development. The absence of independent regulation for the oil industry and regulations to manage revenue were points of concern for analysts. Note that the Office of the President has dismissed a petition filed by the Coalition of Concerned Zema people, challenging the acquisition of 20,000 acres of land by the Petroleum Hub Development Corporation, PHDC. The PHDC, or the corporation, is a body corporate established in 2020 by the Republic of Ghana under the Petroleum Hub Development Corporation Act, 2020, to promote and develop a petroleum and petrochemical hub for the West African sub-region and beyond. The petitioners had requested that the Petroleum Hub Development Corporation annul the contested land registration, put an end to the planned sod-cutting ceremony, and establish a thorough and legally enforceable memorandum of understanding with Zema people, chiefs, family heads, and individual landowners. However, in a statement signed by the Secretary to the President, Ambassador Nana Bidiatu Asante, the presidency maintained that all necessary processes for compulsory land acquisition have been duly complied with, including extensive stakeholder engagement. The presidency also emphasized that all legal requirements for the land acquisition, including stakeholder consultations, have been met. They referenced a 2021 High Court ruling that allowed the project to move forward, confirming that the land is being acquired in line with the Constitution and the Land Act of 2020. In a final blow to the petitioners, the President's office confirmed that the project would proceed as planned. The sod-cutting ceremony marked the beginning of the petroleum hub, which is touted as a game-changer for Ghana's energy sector. The group responded to the presidency's message by expressing dissatisfaction and worry about what they perceived as a lack of consideration for their difficulties and worries. For the petitioners, it's a bitter defeat, But for the government, it's full steam ahead on a project they claim will bring prosperity to the region. Ghana is well positioned to establish itself as a major player in the petroleum and petrochemical products and services value chain thanks to its numerous advantages. First off, a guaranteed simple access to the regional markets appears like an adequate incentive to refine the creation of a petroleum and petrochemicals hub to strengthen the economy, given Ghana's key central location along international shipping routes. Ghana is a desirable location for investments since it is a democratic, peaceful nation with well-stocked security forces. The continuous investment in education has created a pool of skilled workforce, and with the necessary training, the president will be able to achieve this vision. The nation is also favorable for investments in key sectors like the petroleum hub due to dependable electrical supply and stable macroeconomic conditions. The influence of the global energy transition on investments like these is something that the PHDC is well aware of. As a result, they will steer this company to meet the Sustainable Development Goals by striking a balance between social, economic, and environmental factors. Safety and excellence continue to be their hallmarks as they monitor and minimize the environmental impact of the hub's operations. We may have noticed that there is a growing demand for petroleum products in the subregion, and Ghana is in a good position to foster the growth of a petroleum and petrochemical hub that would close the supply gap in the West African subregion. The subregion has a sizable market since there is a shortage of petroleum and petrochemical products. More than 80% of the petroleum and petrochemical products used in Africa are imported. The demand will spread from the region to the entire African continent as a result of the operation of the African Continental Free Trade Area, which turns Africa into a single market concept. Why are some people not convinced about this plan? Bright Simons, a vice president at Accra-based think tank, said the consortium behind the project is not primed for investment, and the project has no bankable business plan. This means that there is no comprehensive document that outlines the financial viability and potential profitability of the business venture. It does not convince lenders, investors, or other stakeholders that the business is a sound investment. Some others believe President Nana Akufo is speeding up this project to make a name for himself as he is term limited, thus ineligible to run again for elections. Note that Ghanaians will cast their votes on December 7 to choose 275 members of parliament in addition to a new president. 9 general elections have been held in the nation since the beginning of the Fourth Republics in 1992. Ghana continues to be a model democracy in the unstable West African subregion, which has had 6 successful coups since 2020. Ghana remains a model democracy characterized by peaceful regular elections and smooth transitions of power. Vice President Mahamudu Bawumia of the ruling New Patriotic Party will face former President John Mahama of the main opposition National Democratic Congress in a fierce contest to succeed term-limited President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, even though the slate of smaller party flag-bearers and the electoral calendar have not been finalized. Ghanaian civil society organizations have criticized 2 of Akufo-Addo's appointments to the Electoral Commission of Ghana as partisan and likely to increase public mistrust of the commission amid democratic backsliding and heated disputes surrounding recent elections in the subregion. Concerns regarding election management bodies in the subregion are intensifying due to their widely criticized performance in the most recent elections in Sierra Leone and Nigeria. The ethics and ramifications of these appointments have been the subject of intense debate and criticism. Although Ghana has often received praise for the quality of its elections, Electoral Commission appointments have repeatedly threatened to derail the country's progress on its democratic journey in recent years. Citizens' perceptions of the fairness of the 2020 election are mostly positive, but they fall well short of assessments of the prior national election in 2016. Whatever the case, do you believe these coming elections will be better than that of 2020? Would you also want President Nana Akufo to continue contributing to this $12 billion project even after stepping down? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Do not forget to like this video and subscribe to the New Tourist channel. Turn on notifications too so you get notified whenever we upload videos like this. Thanks for watching and see you in our next video.